So I'm here with our Trans Am project. This came from some backyard shop, which there's nothing wrong with having a backyard shop if you're going to do things correctly. Unfortunately, this person did not do things correctly. So we have some subframe connectors that were put in poorly that we're going to have to redo, and which means now we have to make it all because there's no floor to work with. The firewall was poorly patched together, so that's now entailed cutting out more than half the firewall to redo all of that was poorly done. So basically, sometimes if you're getting a deal, getting somebody to do something on the side, it might cost you twice as much in the long run to fix what they did the first time around. So, but there are good people in the backyard too. You just got to decide which one you're going to go to.
At Rods and Mods, this is the kind of work that separates a parts changer from a real fabricator. Anybody can order a replacement panel online and bolt it in. But when Robbie starts cutting into the firewall of this Firebird, there's no safety net. One wrong measurement, one bad angle, and suddenly nothing lines up. That's the pressure that comes with custom fabrication. You're not just repairing a car, you're building something that never existed before. And honestly, this is where the fun begins.
Is that what's going to replace the part that you just took out this morning?
Yep.
Kind of chalk it out to get the best shape outline.
I'll get like a rough spot and then start trimming it back from there. I will have to drill holes along this side because it's layered on top of other materials, so you have to plug weld those, and then across the top it's going to be butted together, so there won't be any holes or anything around there. The whole rest of it will be all just butted up to one another.
Got it. And then do you have to weld then this whole piece in there?
The whole piece, yeah. Be a few hours of just welding or more.
Are you just used to it by now?
Yeah.
The crazy part about a firewall is most people will never notice it at a car show. They'll see the paint, the wheels, the engine, but they won't realize how much work is hidden underneath it all. A clean firewall changes the entire engine bay. It makes everything look smoother, sharper, more intentional. But getting there means hours of measuring, trimming, bending, and starting over when something is off by even a fraction of an inch. What looks simple in the finished product is actually one of the most time-consuming parts of the build.
So this doesn't really have to be precise. I'm going to leave some and then trim it back anyways, because that has different shapes on it. So by the time you get a flat panel, it might not be the same. So
kind of like, are you saying like with these right here, or?
So that I'm probably gonna have to bend this down or the car up. I'm not really sure yet. Where it depends on where that all comes into play, where it all fits right.
The Bailey equipment makes a huge difference here because once the measurements are locked in, precision becomes everything. You can't just eyeball a firewall and hope for the best. Robbie's constantly checking dimensions, making test fits, pulling the panel back out, tweaking an angle, shrinking one section, stretching another, then sliding it back into place again. Over and over, it's almost like metal therapy, mixed with frustration, and somehow that's the part fabricators love the most.
All right, so the lines, I guess you could ask, what are those for?
The lines are for strength in the panel, because without them it's really flimsy.
And that plate before didn't have any of those, correct?
No, but originally I bet that this was probably stamped to some sort of like a flange and stuff, and they probably either cut it or flattened it and then filled it in. So it probably did have like a flange around that. But also originally it was super warped and wavy and stuff too, so you want this one to look much flatter than the original one. we're back with our firewall piece. Just at the trimming and fitting stage, which is totally unexciting because you just put it on the car and then you take it off the car and put it back on the car and take it back off the car until it's just perfect. This one I decided to go into the tunnel, so this is just going to add difficulty to get this kind of rolled to where it lines up with the tunnel and the car.
Does it just look better that way with that kind of tunneling, or?
Yeah, it's like the right way to do things. It's less pieces. I mean, I could just cut it and butt the two together, but it'd be like a hard edge and not really roll or anything. So it's just, there's lots of ways to do things. This is the way that I guess I chose to do this one. Probably build a panel to go on here first, to cover all this from the inside and give you like a spot to screw things, air conditioner and wiring stuff and everything, without having to drill through the main firewall.
And this is the stuff you usually never see on social media. Most builds get posted after the hard work is already done. But this right here, the measuring, the recutting, the test fitting, this is the real process. This is the part where skill matters. Anybody can admire a finished car, but watching a fabricator create something from nothing is what gives you respect for the craft. There's also a mental side to fabrication people don't talk about enough. You can spend hours building a panel, think you nailed it, hold it up to the car, and realize it's off. Then it all comes back apart. No shortcuts, no hiding mistakes, just back to the drawing board until it's right. That's what separates high-end custom work from rushed work. Robbie's not building this thing to good enough. He's building it so when the hood opens, people stop and stare. One of the coolest things about fabrication work is seeing flat sheet metal slowly turn into a real part. At the beginning, it honestly doesn't look like much, just a pile of steel and a bunch of Sharpie marks. But piece by piece, bend by bend, you start seeing the vision come together. Suddenly the curves match the body lines, the gaps tighten up, the panel starts looking like it actually belongs in the car. The transformation is what makes custom work addicting. This is where the fabrication side of rods and mods really comes alive. Robbie isn't just cutting metal, he's shaping raw sheet steel into something that has to fit like factory, except better than factory. Every bend has to match, every edge has to flow, and when you're building a firewall from scratch, there's no instruction manual sitting on the bench. It's all experience, patience, and a whole lot of trial and error. By the time this firewall is finally welded in, most people watching the finished car will never realize how much effort went into this one section. But you guys watching this video get to see every step, the sparks flying, the constant fitting, the tiny adjustments that take hours to perfect. This is the behind-the-scenes work that transforms an old Firebird into a real custom build. And honestly, seeing raw metal become something this clean never gets old.
Thanks for watching. I'm Robbie here at Rods and Mods Fabricator. Like and subscribe for more, and keep watching all of our videos.